really mature, smart. Has shown a lot of pocket poise and presence. His length really stands out.
Well, 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 the U will have a true freshman behind center in 2014, Brad Kaaya, a four-star Southern Cali kid who actually chose Miami over USC, getting the nod over touted transfer Jake Heaps. Gary Ferman covering the Canes for Rivals.com. And Gary, this kid's only been on campus 3 months or so. He came in May. How did he win the job?
Well, he did it by pure hard work. I mean, this is the kid that walked in and pretty much devoted himself 24/7 to learning the offense and getting himself ready for training camp. And then once camp started, he was able to stand tooth and nail with Jake Heaps and battle it out. And the coaches felt here in the last week that he started to separate himself a little bit. He brings an intangible to the table, and that's his 6'3" height that allows him to see the football field better. And I think that at the end of the day was what inspired Al Golden to make the move and roll the dice, so to speak, with a true freshman.
I would imagine some of the inspiration, too, Gary, comes behind the fact that Kaaya's just got a great supporting cast around him. He's got a solid O-line, strength at the skill positions, headlined by a beast of a running back in Duke Johnson. With that in mind, do you see the run-pass ratio evolving throughout the season?
Well, you know, I agree with what you're saying, Bonnie. I think that with elite play from the quarterback position, that this is a potential national championship level offense at Miami. When you look at a 6-7 deep stable of receivers, they've got a tight end, they've got a veteran offensive line, and you mentioned the difference maker, Duke Johnson, who I think is really primed to just explode on the national scene this season. It's his third year. He's going to go into the NFL draft most likely at the end of this season. There's no point in saving him from Miami. And I think you're very astute in pointing out that you're going to see maybe a little bit more of Duke Johnson this year than you've seen in the past. That might tilt the run-pass ratio. And I think you're going to see one other thing, Bonnie. I think you're going to see Miami throw the football to Duke Johnson quite a bit more this year.
Well, Gary, Golden choosing Kaaya obviously raises a lot of question marks about Jake Heaps. Here you got a former 5-star kid who bounced from BYU to Kansas before he landed in Miami. What do you see as his future?
Well, you got a feel for the kid. You know, he obviously came here to win the job and did everything right. He learned the playbook just like Kaaya did, walked out on the first day of practice and executed at a high level. I think at the end of the day, his 5'11" height sort of kept him from winning the job. But if you're Jake Heaps right now, I think you just got to hang in there. I mean, this is a long football season. Miami is walking into a hostile environment in Louisville next Monday night. It's going to be blackout night, Bobby Petrino's first game. You've got 30 South Florida kids on that Louisville roster that are going to be looking to prove a point that they belonged at Miami. So it's going to be a really tough place for a kid coming out of high school to cut his teeth, so to speak. Plus, you got the other factor of a Ryan Williams coming back from torn ACL surgery this year. Nobody knows how he's going to factor in. So I still think this quarterback position of Miami is a work in progress. And if you're Jake Heaps, I think you just keep battling and competing, and you do the best you can to support Brad Kaaya right now.
Well, we've heard so much about Kaaya and poise. We're about to find out how much poise he has starting the season on the road at ACC newbie Louisville on Labor Day evening. Gary Ferman, thanks so much for the time.
Anytime, Bonnie.
And Campus Insiders gearing up for its 2014 live college football coverage, starting with New Mexico hosting UTEP on Saturday. Kickoff time at 5 o'clock Pacific time.